The year is 1566. Our story begins not in a castle, but in the humble village of Hatfield Peveril, Essex. Here we find Elizabeth Frances, a woman whose life was marked by bitterness and bad fortune. Elizabeth's story started with a legacy from her grandmother, a familiar spirit, a demonic helper, in the form of a white-spotted cat named Sathan, Satan. Her grandmother promised Elizabeth that if she fed the cat, it would grant her wishes. Elizabeth, eager to improve her lot, had two simple demands for Sathan. First, she wanted money. The cat provided her with some silver, but it was not enough to make her rich. Second, she desperately wanted a husband. She set her eyes on a wealthy man named Andrew Byles. Sathan promised she would have him, but the man left her without marriage. When Elizabeth's wish was frustrated, her bitterness turned to rage. She commanded Sathan, "Touch his body." The cat did as it was told, and Andrew Byles immediately died. Next, she finally found a husband, but the marriage was unhappy, filled with conflict. She had a daughter, but the joy was fleeting. After years of service, Elizabeth grew weary of her deal. The cat was constantly thirsty, demanding blood and constant attention, and she felt Sathan was more of a burden than a helper. So, in 1563, when the new, harsh witchcraft law was passed, she decided she was done. Elizabeth passed the terrifying secret and the familiar spirit to a neighbor, Agnes Waterhouse, with a simple warning: the cat was troublesome, and its requests were terrible. Elizabeth Frances's confession at the Chelmsford Assizes that year, detailing the cat, the pact, and the death of her lover, was the spark that ignited the first great witch trial of the Elizabethan Age. It was a clear, chilling tale that confirmed every fear the English people had, that the devil agents were living among them, hidden behind the guise of a household pet.